They think I'm insane. They're the ones who are insane.
What's up, YouTube world? PTF Week 9. Man, the year is going way too fast. And it seems like every week we have an upset or a badass game, whatever. This week or last week, Ohio State, Penn State. Never would have called it, but I guess it's those rivalry games that you really gotta watch out for. Me personally, I don't think Ohio State was even thinking about them. I think they were looking forward to the few, down the road, what have you. Still counts. The Buckeyes aren't out of the playoff situation yet. They still have, arch rival Michigan coming up. So there's a way for them to get right back into the mix of things, but a loss to Penn State was pretty big. Had a couple other big games. LSU and Ole Miss. Leonard Fournette went off. Ham sandwich. Leonard Fournette is the man. Still not in the Heisman talk. As far as I'm concerned, he hasn't been there this year. However, we will be seeing him playing on Sundays. Regardless, the man went crazy. Wisconsin, Iowa. The Badgers still, they're still doing a thing. A loss to Michigan and a loss to Ohio State. Those are pretty respectable losses. So they pulled up the win on Iowa there. Auburn rolls Arkansas. Rolls them. I mean, it wasn't even close. From start to finish, it wasn't even close. It was a blowout game. I feel bad for the Razorbacks, but Alabama better watch it because Auburn is being real quiet this year, and they're not a pushover team that everyone thought they were going to be. Last but not least, Alabama rolled Texas A&M. Bama is legit. They are legit. We know this. We've known this, and it's going to be tough for anybody to stop them this year. The Iron Bowl should be interesting, but right now, looking at everybody, maybe Michigan, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think anybody is playing with Alabama right now. It's going to take a rivalry game to maybe push them off track a little bit, but as far as straight up, heads up right now, no one can beat Alabama. But that's a look back at Week 8. Let's get in. We got a new face in the Heisman list right now, and we're talking about our conferences, and then we'll talk about our big Week 9 coming up.
They think I'm insane. They're the ones who are insane.
All right, our Heismans. We still have our top 3. Hokie wants to join the show. We still have our top 3. Okay, Mr. Brandon from Washington is going to jump in here. I'm actually going to put him in front of Deshaun Watson as of right now. Watson can win this weekend against Florida State. He's right back in front, but the way that Washington's been playing and looked, as opposed to Clemson with their little slip up to NC State, So I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson at number 4 right now. Browning from Washington is going to be my number 3 spot. Despite taking a loss at Penn State, I still believe that JT Barrett is a contender all the way. Okay, he's still putting up crazy numbers. He's still out there playing. Yes, they took a loss at Penn State. Maybe not on the up from number 2, but he has enough games left on his schedule right now with style points and everything else. He could easily be right back in the mix of talking about it. And the number 1 still is, it's unquestionable. There's anybody who picks against Lamar Jackson is out of their minds. The man is a freak on the field. He's electric. He's exciting. The second he pulls the ball down and goes to run, you just hold your breath because you don't know what the dude's going to do. So Lamar Jackson's still the top of the list. And if we were to pick the Heisman today, just like back in week 3, you'd have to pick Lamar Jackson. So that's our Heismans. You know, we got a new guy on the list. Let's talk about our conferences into week 9.
But there is no time left.
Conferences. The Big Ten reigns supreme. I still think Ohio State's going to win the conference. I think they always seem to have that slip-up game. 2 years ago, it was Virginia Tech at the shoe. They went on to win the national championship. Same way holds true here. I think the loss to Penn State kind of is a kick in the ass to them. I think it's going to get them going. The Big Ten not only is the best conference in football right now, Ohio State is going to win the Big Ten. I think. I don't get paid the big bucks, but I think Ohio State's going to win. Number 2 is I'm still going to take the ACC. Maybe not far above the SEC, but I still think the ACC is a better overall conference than the SEC. Florida State, yes, okay. Clemson's still undefeated. Louisville, a lot of teams in the top 10 do not want to play with Louisville right now. Unless you're Alabama, you're not real comfortable about beating Louisville. Okay, Virginia Tech's in the top 25. They're not a slouch. UNC can score some points. These are good teams in the ACC. NC State, yeah, they got hosed by Louisville, but as a defensive team, yes, they're very good. Okay, the SEC is very close. I'll maybe even call it a tie for second. Alabama is the best team in the country. There's no doubt about that. Texas A&M is still a good football team. LSU, the first 4 or 5 games of the year, we didn't think that they were anything. LSU's playing ball now. Now Auburn's starting to play again. So, yes, the SEC is very good. Are they the best conference in football? No. And we can argue that all day. Alabama's still going to win that one, if not the national championship again. Let's be real. Big 12, I stuck with them. I'm still going to say Oklahoma. That conference is what it is. And then you got the Pac-12. I know I picked Stanford originally, and shoot me in the face because the geniuses in Stanford right now apparently forgot how to play football. Regardless, Washington will win the conference as far as that one is concerned. That's the conference wrap-up. Week 9. Week 9. We're almost into double-digit weeks. College football seems to go so fast, but regardless, it's still college football. Thursday night, Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh. It's Virginia Tech's second consecutive Thursday night game. From an ACC standpoint, huge game. Virginia Tech, if they can win this game, will control their destiny in the coastal side of the division. They've beat Miami. They hold the tiebreaker with UNC because they beat the Tar Heels. If they can beat Pittsburgh, they're not in the clear because they're known to drop games like that they shouldn't. Syracuse. So the Hokies are in their own. They control their own deal right now. Now, starting off Saturday, WVU Oklahoma State. This isn't a game that the Mountaineers need to sleep on. Oklahoma State can score points, and they are a good football team, even though they're not in the top 25. I think this game is going to be closer than people think. Oklahoma State has the weapons to win this game. I'm going to take West Virginia in this one. Close game. Tailgating party, Florida, Georgia. It's not what it used to be. They're not the powerhouses in the SEC right now. I'm gonna take Florida to win over the Bulldogs. I know a lot of people hate me for that, but it is what it is. Texas, Baylor. Texas is a roller coaster of a team right now. They can't decide if they want to be good, bad, they want to score, they don't, they want to play defense. It's a flip of a coin as far as Texas football. Baylor. I'm gonna take Baylor over Texas this weekend. Washington, Utah. Everybody's calling it a trap game. The Utes, here we go. No. No, I'm taking Washington all day, double digits over Utah. Nebraska, Wisconsin. Nebraska's undefeated, kind of sleeping in the Big Ten. A lot of people kind of counting them out. Wisconsin's defense is going to win this game. I don't think Nebraska's seen a team with a defense like this yet. And because of that reason, Wisconsin wins the game. Auburn, Ole Miss. This one, it's a statement Ole Miss can make with a win here. I don't think they're going to. Once again, Auburn's defense is something very serious. And if LSU beat up on Ole Miss the way that they did, they're going to have some problems with Auburn. Auburn double digits over Ole Miss. Ohio State, Northwestern. Once again, people talking about trap games. Here we go. Forget it. Ohio State's going to win this game big. JT Barrett's going to come out pissed over last week. Going to make a statement and explain why he's still in a Heisman talk, because he's that good. Ohio State big over Northwestern. Tennessee, the Vols against the Gamecocks in South Carolina. Once again, a rivalry game. This one could get very ugly. Okay? They said people out there in Columbia, they've got a defense, but their offense is awful. Jared Barnett for Tennessee is extremely good. Like, playing on Sunday is good. And he might, if they come out there playing the way that Tennessee has the capability of doing, it'll be a long day for South Carolina. I'm calling Tennessee big on this one. Miami, Notre Dame. Now, you would have said back in the early 90s, late 80s, this was a powerhouse game. Lots of attention and national champion implications and whatever else. It's not going to happen. Neither one of these teams. Notre Dame has fallen miserably from what they thought they were going to be. And just 3-4 weeks ago, Miami was in the top 10. Miami's going to win the game. They're going to break the 3-game skid. As much as I hate to give the Hurricanes any type of credit whatsoever, and Notre Dame's going to fall. And the game of the week to me, Clemson, Florida State. Now, the reason that I feel that Clemson has the most to worry about in this game is Florida State has nothing left to lose. Nothing. Because a Clemson loss is one loss for Clemson. That means they're tied with Louisville. Okay? Clemson needs to watch this because, one, it's in Florida State. Okay? And it's going to be real serious down there in Tallahassee. I'm going to take Clemson. I don't think that Florida State is going to be able to hang with them for 4 quarters. Their defense is too fast, and with the Florida State with their freshman quarterback, Francois, I don't think that they're ready. Could be wrong, but that's who I'm going with. I'm going to take Clemson. There's your Week 9 wrap-up. Everybody have a great weekend of college football. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here next week.